let him die last time. Sorry, force of habit. that's what that is.
Only a few hours left before Sean Mars dies. Hope I'm not wasting my time. John Shepard died 30 years ago. Hope his mother has all the answers to this puzzle.
I don't even know where his mother was.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room. Please
wait a minute! You had absolutely no clue about where Anne Shepard's room. It's a little bit plot holes. Like, how did you know?
Are you a member of the family? Yeah, you could say that. Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her, you know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor. Thank you.
Room 19. Where is that?
She literally just told you. Are those orchids? Sorry, I've done my flower research. That's 13. What's this? 15 said. Okay, so we're definitely on the right track. So it's this next room right here. But before I do that, I want to check. Check up here, actually. Is there anything here worth looking at? Let's see.
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
My name is Madison
Let's start with an introduction.
I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
There we go.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
Well, you...
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills?
Oh my
it's
God!
Time for my pills.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
Oh my God!
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
You just said you had no kids.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me. Can you believe it? In 10 years.
Yeah, because he's too busy murdering little children, drowning them to death.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know.
Oh my God, we're going nowhere with this.
I'm fond of television.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Oh my god! I'm about to beat her upside the head with that vase on. Okay.
Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then. This woman might be the origami killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember.
It's in the drawer. There we go.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepard? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
Hey.
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepard.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
Seems to be working. She's remembering stuff. Gotta find something else to show her.
Okay. There's orchids out here that we need to get.
Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. Does Mrs. Shepard ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Did she ever mention her sons?
Sons? Well, she often mentions John. I think he drowned.
Does she ever talk about her other son?
I didn't know she had another one. I've never heard her mention it.
She did.
I'm looking for her other son. He was adopted. I mean, he's probably changed his name. Is there any official documentation on Mrs. Shepard?
We also signed her death papers.
No,
I mean,
there's nothing
yeah,
really.
it's a little
Nothing
premature,
about
but
her
we're
family.
pretty sure.
I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
Okay. Orchids. Yoink!
Her kids loved origami. Perhaps if I
It's
made a figure...
origami!
She said she loved flowers. But what kind? Show her things and take her
Daffodils.
back.
Why not at this point? Oh my god.
Show her things that take her back.
Okay.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave.
Her kids loved origami. Perhaps if I made a figure for her. Show her things that take her back.
Get the bird. Oh, here we go. Is that triangle? I don't know, the freaking glare from the window.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it? I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
Trump.
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
Tweedledum.
But I loved him.
Oh my God!
If
Slap
you
her.
only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Barack
Come closer.
Obama. Oh my God. She's here to bite your ear off. It really is you, Ethan. I'm just kidding, it's not. The killer is Rubens. Paul Rubin.
The last origami figure. The last trial.
Oh my God, sir, you don't... Okay, well, I mean, I guess he is mostly hurt. I was going to ask him why he's going so slow.
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this vial. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
Save Sean and die. Christ. He loses his father, but at least he's alive. Maybe it's the right thing to do.
Okay. Well, let's take some time to think about this.
Poison. So, if I drink this, I'll be dead in an hour, and if I don't, I won't get the last letters. 1 hour to live. Just enough time to save Sean. He could be lying. Maybe I'll die as soon as I drink this, and then no one can save Sean. There's no choice. I've got to do it. If I want to save my son. Am I willing to die to save my son? Nothing to lose. I've come too far to stop now. There's got to be another way. I can't kill myself to save my son. Kill myself to save Sean? That's ridiculous. I'll find some other way. I'm sure I can save him. The cameras. He must be watching me.
Alright, well, we did all the thoughts, so it's time.
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
Alright. 852 Theodore Roosevelt Road.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
Yeah, it's a good thing he has his own private space, because someone actually sees. Because if he's actually doing this in front of everybody, people's gonna send a white coast to come to get him.
This kid's gonna
send him to an
die,
insane
and I'm
asylum.
going around in circles!
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
What a
The
douchebag.
investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed.
Yeah, because that's how it works.
Anyway, it's no concern of yours. Now you're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer.
It's
Everyone's happy.
origami!
End of story.
Oh my god, I am gonna.
Have a nice trip back, Norman.
I think his head just glitched a little bit.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Alright, here we go.
One last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you know what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Okay.
Two receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home. Oh, that doesn't get us anywhere. The killer lives in this zone. 342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
Okay.
The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history. Impounded in a police case 5 years ago. The gun is still supposed to be in police custody. Who checked it out? If not a cop. Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it. Gold watch. I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere.
There you go.
The watch they give for promotions to lieutenant. The killer is a cop. Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
No, investigate further. So stupid.
Cop. There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone. Gotcha. He owns a warehouse on the docks. If I'm wrong, Sean Mars is dead.